as a cold rain. That has not changed. The timing has changed ever so slightly. When we looked at the models this morning, it kind of looked like a 2 o'clock deal. But now I really think things don't really pick up until almost 5 o'clock for the Milwaukee area. If you are further west, this will likely be a little bit earlier. Like, if you're in Delavan, if you're in Oconomowoc, if you're in Pewaukee, this is going to be an hour or two earlier. So here's the updated timeline from the data that we have right now. There's a lot of dry air in place. It's going to take time for that atmosphere to moisten up and then eventually give us some of these rain showers. So we're dry now. 3 to 5, this is when I expect the onset of everything, when everything starts. Cold rain may mix in with some snow, but I think the real burst of snow, if and when we get it, if we can actually get cold enough for that, which is a pretty high possibility given the system we have. Rain and snow mixed with big flakes, likely happening between about 5 and 8 o'clock. Then we head overnight. Everything slowly tapers off, and I would say by even 9, 10 o'clock, most of it is pushing its way to the east. There still could be some lingering leftovers as we go into Thursday, but the impacts will be low. So here's a live look at New Berlin. Very, very gray skies, and because of the delayed onset of this precip, temperatures have allowed to rise a tiny bit more. So that also is going to play a role into how fast we can flip to that temperature. Look at Mequon. It's sunny. That's nice. 47 degrees. It won't stay this way, so don't let this deceive you. Our weather system is still on the way. That's why it's so cloudy to the west of us. And look at that. The wind just now starting to flip to the southeast. So that really shows me and tells me that system is coming because it was due south for the last few hours. Now it's starting to turn. So it's going into that system, which is over off to the west of us. And here's that rainfall intensity map that I was talking about, or graph. And you can see, even when I showed you this morning, it kind of was more favoring 10 o'clock, and I kept pushing it back. Now I'm really looking at maybe a little tiny baby hit, but the main stuff not really coming in until about 5 o'clock. This is never going to be a heavy system. It's pretty light in intensity. We're not way up here or anything, so it's pretty light. During this time right here, right during that evening rush is when I would expect the best chance of that mix-over, that changeover to happen. Really almost the same thing in Waukesha. I think it starts maybe an hour earlier and likely ending an hour earlier as well, just like Milwaukee likely ending between 10 and 11 o'clock. So here's the system. They really don't properly come together. They kind of stay in their own zone until after it leaves us, and that does have an impact. Watch this. So the rain, cold rain, really kind of settles in by 5 o'clock. But you see this with the southeasterly wind, the dynamics of the system pulling in that cold air from the atmosphere, and that's helping to, boom, right there. See that flip? Between about 5 and 8, you see the flip. It doesn't last very long. It's enough of a burst, though, that could bring us some slick spots for the evening rush, but accumulation is going to be tough, especially because we're a couple of degrees warmer this afternoon. Some of us have sunshine, but that will eventually fade off as we head into the late evening and overnight hours with up to an inch of slushy accumulation. Tomorrow, there could be some lingering leftovers, but nothing that has a big impact at this point, which is some good news. So your road conditions, still dry for now. Rain and mixed showers are going to pick up. There could be some slush in there, but it really picks up between 5 and 8, and then it all tapers off going into the late evening and overnight hours. And look at these temps. Whew. It's on the way, guys. Just hang tight. We are talking 60s on the way fairly soon. So today, cold rain that flips to wet snow, I would say between 5 and 8 o'clock, that kind of flip happens rather. Then we'll get some lingering flurries left over tomorrow. And then we are in a sunny stretch going into the weekend.